My name is Jonathan. I'm the owner of this 1500 horsepower all-wheel drive Civic.
Oh, I see a bit of smoke from Miles' car. They're still in it. Those 774, 765 for Jonathan Perez.
I just wanted to give an update on the car, the future plans, what I have in mind, the new parts we got going on the car. Just a little review, you know. I unfortunately haven't been posting much about it, so I just kind of want to give a rundown of what's going to happen, you know, and the new PBs that I'm chasing. So we'll just start with the motor. Obviously, a lot of you guys know already, I went with the Billet K22, which is a K24 D-stroked. We also upgraded to an Apex 8688 turbo to match with this beautiful motor that we got here. Another thing we did was do a solid block. So we're only going to be running water through the head. So, you know, we got to figure out a lot of things with this car. You know, this is going to be new to me. So we have a lot of figuring out to do, but I'm very thankful I have people who run a setup like this that are going to be able to help me. Abraham, Mark P, especially Mark P. Mark P's been a really big help with me lately with figuring things out, asking questions. You know, obviously his build is crazy. So, you know, it's one of the guys I look up to in this. Also, High Boost for Jonathan. I also asked him a lot of good questions about the car. We got Frustrate, Carry Out Boys. We got all these guys, man, that actually I communicate with on Instagram, and they all actually, you know, give me a little piece of the pie, you know, let me know a little bit of information here and there, and I appreciate them. So with that moving forward, I make my decisions based off of, you know, just kind of hearing what everyone has to say, and proof, you know, I go based off of proof. These guys are running fast, and, you know, with the Billet setup, so, you know, who else is better to listen to somebody that has the setup, right? Another thing that we're going to be doing, we're switching to M1 fuel. So I was on C85 and M1 mixture 50-50 for the last year season, and you know, my EGTs were still getting hot, so I said, you know what, let's do a air to water setup, and let's do that straight M1 fuel and go from there, right? The fastest guys that I see are actually running that setup, so I'm not copying pasting, but it's proven. So I decided to go with the 2500 horsepower Billet Gato water to air intercooler, which they shipped out today. So I should get it in a few days. So we are going to get rid of this intercooler here, and, you know, replace it with the air to water system. So now we're replacing with the air to water system. What does that mean? We got to go with a wider front end. So we decided to go with a wider front end. Here's the front bumper here. And also, which is really neat, the other carbon fiber front end, which I have up here, it has an inlet. So, you know, I didn't want to, like, I hate to say ghetto rig it, you know, but I didn't want to, like, put a plate in front of it and do rivets and all that stuff. And I needed the room, so might as well just get a whole nother front end. And I think this front end is killer. It's actually beautiful on this car. And it helps with the aero. So now we're closed up front. So we will have the, you know, that nice little Pro Mod, that Honda Pro Mod look, you know. Frustrate runs this front end on his car, the carbon front end, and he gave me some pointers on, you know, the front lip, you know, shaving it down a lot because of when you're going down the track, you know, slamming the brake catches. It's really flimsy, so, or maybe I can restructure that a little better so it's not flimsy. But, you know, I appreciate these people who actually, you know, contact me on my Instagram, or they actually have my personal phone number, and I have their number. So, you know, we do call each other, and they're like, hey, you know what, I think you should do this, this, and that. You know, this has happened to me. I wouldn't want to happen to you. And like, you know, what's more, you know, that's awesome in this community, you know, at this level especially. You know, nobody has to be sharing these things, but they do with me, and I appreciate that. The car is leaving to Florida. GL Fab is going to be doing a 650 cage on it. It's a 25.3 cage, I believe. So that being said, it's one of the reasons why I haven't been going to any events. I'm not going to TX2K, I'm not going to H Day, maybe Ohio won't be going to, but you know what? Safety is extremely important for me. I have a family, I want to go home to my family at the end of the day. I've seen crashes at World Cup final, and they were pretty bad crashes. I was at the end of the track. Fortunately, I showed up late, so, you know, here I am, literally at the end of the track watching these crashes flying right past me, and I'm like, you know what? It's not worth it. You know, I have an 850 cage in this car right now, and I think you know, trapping or doing 189, you know, like the 180 to 190 almost. You know, God forbid something happens, axle breaks, just anything. I just want to be safe in the car. So I decided to schedule an appointment, wait my turn, and we're gonna get the, you know, the cage done. And with the cage being done, we're gonna do a lot more. We're gonna gut the car completely. We're gonna do the carbon roof, the carbon doors, carbon dash. I really like my street dash on here. I really want to keep that dash on here, but again, I'm not 100% sure. It's one of those things where once everything is done, I feel like the dash is one of the last things I can put on and kind of be like, man, you know, yeah, let's see how it looks. Most likely go with a carbon dash because everything else is gonna go carbon. So I'm gonna do my floors, I'm gonna cut them out to an extent in the back half. I wanna do all carbon floors. I want, obviously, the windows, we're not gonna do glass on the windows. We're gonna do a wheel setup, a completely different wheel setup on the car. The clutch, we're gonna try a new clutch. I don't wanna say the name yet, but we're definitely gonna try a really good clutch. My buddy Jamie, he has an H series. He recommended me a clutch, and we talked about it on the phone for like a good hour and a half about it, and it definitely convinced me to go with this company, and I'm looking forward to it. I believe also Mark P runs this clutch on his car. One thing that I'm really big on is the transmission on this car. A lot of people go with sequentials, and I really enjoy the stick shift class. So we're gonna push the H pattern to the limits for sure. Maybe eventually I'll do a sequential, but I really want to see how far I can get with this H pattern. I feel like the car definitely can handle it. Abraham again and is really good at tuning it, and Richard is really good at setting it up for me. So I think with the KDM shift box and the clutch and, you know, the transmission being put together so well, we should have zero problems. We recently took the trans out before I went to World Cup, and the gears were in perfect shape. So I feel like, you know, we can get there with this. Maybe, who knows, we can see, you know, get the H pattern record, you know what I mean? At least do that, and then, you know, if I want to go deeper into it with this, we'll see. You know, if we got to change gearing, we'll change the gearing in it. But, you know, what's one thing that I'm really firm on? You know, again, a lot of guys go to sequential. I really don't want to do that. I really enjoy the stick shift class. That's so much fun, you know? So, you know, you get to race these 6-second cars that you don't even know. You know, cars that are crazy fast. So it's one thing that I enjoy when I go to the tracks. Like, holy cow, I'm racing Nick Coleman or racing some crazy 6-second car, and I enjoy that. It gives me like this feeling of like I need to go fast because I got to keep up with these guys that are going like crazy fast. So this is what pushes me to keep going, you know. So that's another thing here. And again, like I said, inside the car, you know, the cage is gonna get completely redone, and, you know, hopefully we can keep the carpet still in this thing too in the future, but we'll see. Yeah, it's pretty much it, you know. So why I'm not going to events is because safety. I want to get this car safe to the new PBs I want to chase. So actually going 650s for a reason, hint, hint. But you know, I'm looking forward to learning the new setup and getting to where we need to go. I'm not looking to do it on my first, second, third pass. I'm definitely going to take it easy. We still have to learn the billet block, and my tuner obviously does a great job with all that. He's never failed me. Once Abraham rated our tuning, he's the one who tunes my car. We went 743 at 189 at World Cup right off the trailer. Off the trailer, literally off the trailer. You know, we had a great season last year, man. I went to like 6 or 7 events. We placed at least top 6 in all the events we went to. I won the Outlaw in Wisconsin. That was 15 grand we won there. We went against 6-second cars. a 780 to 790 consistently, beating 6-second cars. So it's not always about the power, it's about the consistency of the car. Also, I'm a good driver. I don't want to brag there, but I drive the heck out of this car. I drive it like I stole it. So I really enjoy driving this car. It's like my stress reliever. So we went to FL2K, TX2K, Ohio. We went to Maryland. We went to H Day. Unfortunately, again, that won't happen this year. You know, we're gonna probably get this car more done towards the middle or the end of the summer, because I am gonna get the cage done, bring it back. We're gonna get the cage painted. I'm gonna get the inside of the car painted. I'm gonna get the engine bay redone. We're gonna get the engine bay shaved, painted. So, you know, it's not just gonna be a race car, it's gonna be a show car. You know, that's a Puerto Rican in me. I gotta have that. I gotta have a fast and beautiful looking car. It's just what I do. I'm gonna try to push out videos and see if this is something that you guys are interested in. I'm gonna do the front end. So, you know, one of the videos is gonna be me installing the front end of the car, disassembling the car. We have a lot of new parts actually. You know, like the billet motor, you know, we gotta figure out where we're gonna put the filter. You know, that's another thing where Guillermo will take care of that. We kind of figured that out. We have a new slipper system we're gonna be trying out. Abraham asked me to try it out. You know, we got a bigger fuel pump, so we're gonna, you know, give it all the fuel. So, you know, we're gonna do that. You know, just a lot of little parts. We got the sensor for the turbo. You know, just a lot of stuff that we have to put on the car, and we still have tons of parts that are still coming. So, you know, I'm looking forward to the season. I have this vision, and I'm gonna create my vision. So, it's gonna take some time because I'm very picky, and I'm gonna be, you know, this is gonna be my Mona Lisa. It's gonna be my last of my, you know, of how I really want this car to really look. So, you know, stay tuned. Give the page a follow. If you guys don't know, Honda all-wheel drive, Hondaegawd all-wheel drive on Instagram. If you want to follow on there, I always post tons of videos, and plus on my stories, I'm always on my story, posting things that I get in the mail, doing unboxings, things like that. This is the vehicle here. This made around 1450 to 1500 horse. We got on the top, you know, top 10 all-wheel drive list for, you know, last year, and, you know, I'm looking to get deep on that list. Pretty sure, you know, there's some people out there as well chasing some numbers, but you know, with time, I will be out there. I will be back at the track, and I will be full force every event I can, every single event I can. I'm gonna try to go to all the events. So once this car gets done, so the faster it gets done, the faster I get it back, the faster we'll be out there, you know, ripping up this thing, and I'm not giving up. You know, I have an extra head, we got clutches, we got springs, we got valves, we have tons and tons of backup. You know, I'm working on a bottom end, so we can have an extra bottom end as well. So, you know, again, I take it very seriously, and I'm gonna take it way more seriously this time around. And I hope that, you know, you guys follow the story. You know, the car has a great story. So that being said, thank you. Give the page a follow. You know, I appreciate everyone that has been following me. This car has been almost a 10-year project, and you know, a lot of people didn't believe in, you know, what I wanted to do with this car, and here I am. You know, so don't let people tell you can't do something. Always remember that there's gonna be haters out there, and there's gonna be down talkers out there, but don't worry about that, because, you know, actions speak louder than words. That's all I'm gonna say. So thank you guys, I appreciate it.